Okay, this is a little tutorial I'm putting together to help you work with the Geotours assignments on Google Earth. If you have the Geotours file installed on Google Earth already, which you can find on the website, it should show up somewhere over here on the left-hand side under Places. It's probably in your temporary places. You can also drag it up to the My Places up here, but open up to expand it. A lot of stuff here. What we're primarily using is Section 2. That's where all the worksheets are. So you can, close the welcome stuff if you need to. But Section 2 is what we're using. The READMEs are helpful. One thing you also want to make sure is when you first open it up, don't click anything. Anything you click will show up here. So if I click the whole Geotours thing, everything, and it goes crazy. You don't want this. So way too much stuff. Turn that off. All we're doing this one, like for this first one we're doing sedimentary rocks. So I'll go down here to the sedimentary rock section. Again, don't click the whole thing. If you do that, all the stuff gets lit up. We're only doing one problem at a time. So unclick it when it's ready for it. And we're working with the Grand Canyon here, so let's click on that thing first. Click on that first. Anyway, come on. Then when you click on something, that just activates it. If you want to go there, double click it. And we don't need this. And it zooms in. What that little thing does, puts an overlay over the Grand Canyon. That's what we're going to be using for this assignment here. And if you want to zoom, you can zoom in on it or whatever and read the, here's the legend over here to figure out what all the colors mean. But if you want to go to a particular problem, we're going to leave that Grand Canyon on. The directions basically tell you for problem 1A, click on those and then double click to actually go there. Double click problem 1A and it will zoom in on those things here. So the very first problem is asking you to use the ruler tool in Google Earth, which is, there's a ruler right here. Click on it. The way to use the ruler, brings up a little box. Make sure it's set for kilometers here. You can also do things in feet and inches and meters, but we use kilometers here. To use it, you just click on one object. You don't drag it, and then click on the next one. And it draws a line of, best fit line, just straight there. And over here is the distance between the two objects. So that's how to use the ruler tool. And then once we finish with problem 1A, unclick when you finish a problem. Then go to the next problem, click them, and double click them, and it will zoom into them. So this is how to kind of move around in Google Earth. You've clicked on just what you want to use, and then double click to go. Like I double clicked on this. There's two things for 1B. I clicked on that one. If I want to go to the other one, click on that one. It'll take me to the other one in 1B. So then the directions in the worksheets vary from problem to problem. Notice sometimes you need to read what these colors are on these overlays. If you need to do that, zoom out, which I'm having trouble doing here with my little Mac here. And if you zoom out, remember the, over here it's telling you what the colors are over here, so you can read the legend over here to see what the colors are, but let's go back in here to where we were before. But that's the basic idea of moving around in here. Only click the problem you're working on. When you're done, unclick it. If you want to go to a particular problem, like you want to go see, click on those, and then double click them. It zooms you around to it. Main thing, when you're done with the problem, unclick it so you don't have a whole bunch of clutter on the screen. So when we're done with this particular problem, like problem 1, we'll turn all this stuff off. By the way, here's what the Grand Canyon looks like without the overlay on it. You can turn that off, and you can turn it on. Ooh, ah. But this gives you kind of a basic idea of moving around in here. So if you done with problem 1, we close problem 1, go to problem 2, and hey, problem 2, 2A, this goes to a different part of the world, so it zips you over somewhere else. So, like I say, the directions are pretty explicit here in this case, but I wanted to show you some of the basics of this thing and some of the basic ideas here. Just, click what you're using and then double click to actually go there. And then read the directions on the sheet. A lot of times the READMEs here are helpful. So kind of some hints here on using Geotours. So the READMEs are also your friends. And when we're just doing that one, just do whatever worksheet you're working on here. And when you're done, close it off and we're done. Oops.